So good morning and Jai Hind everyone. This is geography period and we are discussing chapter minerals and power resources. Okay. So minerals and power resources. We have discussed many topics in this. What we discussed? So we have discussed about minerals, about types of minerals, about extraction of minerals, then distribution of minerals in different continents. Okay, and after that we started power resources, and in power resources we discussed about conventional sources. Look, we are having two types of sources of power: conventional and non-conventional. So we have already discussed about conventional power resources, and in conventional power resources we discussed about coal, petroleum and natural gas. So what we will discuss today? We will discuss about hydel power. Hydel power. So dear students, hydel power has many advantages over fossil fuels. And if I am talking about fossil fuels, then I am talking about petroleum and natural gases. How they form. So it has many advantages over fossil fuels. Like hydroelectricity is produced by using the force of falling water. Understand how hydroelectricity is formed? By using the force of falling water. And the water can fall naturally and can be made to fall by building dams across river channels. Water falls naturally also. Like we have streams, different streams, and it can be made also. How it can be made? How we can make waterfall at high, you can say at very high speed by constructing dams. Understand? So what we use here? We use power of falling water and its speed to make electricity. So, so the falling water is channelized to enter a turbine, and the moving blades turn the generator to produce electricity. Look, why we why we use the speed of water? So dear students, we use the speed of water to move the turbine, to rotate the turbine. Sorry, where is turbine located? Look, what I am saying, that we use the speed of water, falling water. So definitely it will be below stage, and when water fall at great speed on turbine, it starts rotating, and as it starts rotating, it generates electricity. It happens in generators also. So when electricity is produced by falling water or by use of water, then it is known as hydroelectricity. Okay, that you have to keep it in your mind. Then, and even water coming out from turbine, because water is not lost here. So which water comes from turbine after rotating the turbine, that water is used for irrigation. Understand? So it is very advantageous. From one source, that is water, we do different works. We produce electricity as well as we irrigate our land. So this is very advantageous, hydropower. Okay. Now, many developed countries of the world like USA, Canada, Russia, Sweden, Norway, New Zealand and China, they have developed hydropower projects in their country. Then, if we talk about India, then in India, a large number of multi-purpose river valley projects have been developed to produce hydroelectricity. Large number of multi-river projects where dams are constructed, okay, and where we use the speed of falling water to produce electricity. So, some of them are, now I am giving the names like Bhakra, Nangal, Hirakud, Damodar Valley Corporation, Nagarjun Sagar, Kosi, Koyana, Rihand and Narmada Valley. Clear? So if I am talking about tidal power, then I am talking about power produced by water. That is hydroelectricity. Clear? Okay. Then the next one is nuclear energy. Here today. Now the next one is nuclear energy. What about nuclear energy? So nuclear power is obtained by altering the structure of atoms. You are familiar with this in your science teacher must have explained that how we get nuclear power. So nuclear power is obtained altering the structure of atoms. Means when structures of atom is altered, then nuclear energy produced. So when such an alteration is made, energy is released in the form of heat. Understand? If I am taking, I am saying that energy is released. So energy is released in the form of heat, and this heat is called nuclear energy and is used to generate electricity. Again, I am repeating, when after altering atoms, structure of atoms, energy is released. Energy is released in the form of heat, and that heat is used to generate electricity. Okay? And the first nuclear power station to generate electricity on a commercial basis anywhere in the world, it was started in United Kingdom in 1956. You can underline these sentences. These are very important sentences, and questions can be asked of 1 mark. So be careful. So first nuclear power station to generate electricity commercially, it was United Kingdom in 1956, and UK was soon overtaken in the field by USA. After that, many nuclear stations were established in USA. Other countries generating nuclear power are Japan, Germany, Russia, France, then Canada, Australia and Spain with Sweden also. So these are the countries which are producing electricity by using nuclear energy. At present, a number of developing countries also opted for nuclear power as alternative conventional methods of electricity. And those countries are India, Pakistan, Iran, North Korea, Egypt, Brazil, South Korea, Taiwan, and Argentina. And if we talk about India, then in India, the main nuclear power generating stations are at Tarapur, Kalpakkam, then Rathbata, Narora, Karpara, and Kota. These are the areas where we are having our nuclear stations in India. So it is clear. Now in this case, like in Hydel case, water was used to produce electricity. In this case, nuclear energy is used to produce electricity. Then the next one is, so we discussed about hydropower, nuclear energy, and what you have to keep it in your mind. Like when we talk about hydropower, then we talk about power generated from water. So what I said, that in hydropower, electricity is generated by falling water, by use the speed of falling water. Are you writing something? Ved Vyas? Are you writing something? I think you are writing. No need to write anything. First listen what I am saying. Okay? So that is hydropower. When we use the energy or power of falling water, it rotates turbine and then electricity is produced. That type of electricity is known as hydroelectricity, which comes under it. Then which countries are having this project? In India, where these are, that you have to, that I have already explained. Then the second one is nuclear energy. When power is generated by altering the structure of atoms. Okay, so when atoms are structure of atoms is altered, then nuclear energy produced, and nuclear energy produced in the form of heat. When we use this heat to form electricity, that is known as power electricity from nuclear energy. Then I discussed about UK was the first country which established nuclear power stations. Then it was overtaken by United States of America. And then we discussed about other countries. We discussed like now developing countries are also having nuclear power stations. In India, we are having different centers of power from nuclear energy. Okay. So here we completed about conventional sources of energy. Now, what is second? Non-conventional sources of energy. And when I was explaining in the online class that conventional sources of energy are those which we are having limited reserves. If we will use it, once it will be exhausted. Okay? Now, just try to understand. If we are having energy which will exhaust, then what we will think? We will think for some other alternative. So, scientists of the world, they started thinking about new energy sources, and that's why the concept of non-conventional sources came. Non-conventional sources, these are the energy sources which we are having unlimited reserves. So non-conventional sources with increase in the demand for energy and fast depletion of conventional energy, the non-conventional sources of energy are gaining importance. Now it is very important. Take example of petroleum. How we are using petroleum. If I am talking about petroleum, then it is not petrol. Please keep it in your mind. Petroleum is not petrol. It is mineral oil. We extract it and then at high temperature. When it is at high temperature, then we got petrol. Highest temperature. Second highest temperature, we get diesel. So petroleum is mineral oil from which we get petrol, diesel, wax, even other items. So non-conventional sources of energy are becoming very important. And if I am talking about non-conventional sources of energy, so energy which will not be over any time, like solar energy, like wind energy, geothermal energy, tidal energy, biogas, and conservation of mineral and power resources. These are the non-conventional sources of energy. Okay, so what I was saying, that this energy is abundant, renewable, pollution free, and eco friendly. Understand? So it can be more easily supplied to rural, urban, and remote areas, and that's why this energy is also called energy of the future. Non-conventional sources of energy is also called energy of the future. So that's all for today. In next class, we will discuss about different types of non-conventional sources of energy: solar, wind, geothermal, tidal, biogas, and then we will discuss about conservation of mineral and power resources. Thank you.